Little driving video of my 1972 Toyota Land Cruiser FJ40 I just picked up. Picked it up about a month ago. It's been about 30 years or so since I've had one. I had two of these bad boys before. One my dad bought new and gave to me, and I drove it for about 6 years and regrettably sold both of them. But I was really lucky and able to find this 72 here, all original, within about 5,000 VIN numbers of the one my dad had that he gave to me. And this is a Southern California truck bought in LA and spent its whole life in Pacific Palisades and Marina del Rey. I got really lucky and have been following the market and found it. By the skin of my teeth, I got it. I won it in an auction. I feel pretty lucky to have it. Everything's pretty much original. Has not been touched at all. It runs pretty good for not having been touched. It has some issues, a little bit of rust here and there, but the guy was really smart that owned it before and fully undercoated and sealed all the critical areas. But there is some rust under the two front doors and in the top area and around the edges of the top, but nothing major. So we're going to go ahead and drive it, and you can hear that 3-speed of whining. Have a perfect cruising speed of about 45. Anything above that feels like you're coming apart. But what it is, today's cars are so much faster. You take one of these on the freeway and you get ran over. I guess I traveled at a much slower pace back when I was a kid. Super cool to have one again. I got my first one in high school from one of my best friends, Ryan. He saw mine and wanted to have one, so he bought one too. He bought a 1970 in the Capri Blue. It was a really nice rig. He rebuilt his engine in that one. It ran great. Drove it for a few years, sold his off too. I'm sure he regrets that. Some of the dumb mistakes we make as kids. But I think he likes Land Cruisers as much as I do. Solid. It even has the original shocks on it, which are probably worn out, but still drives fine. Steering doesn't feel all that bad. Doesn't hesitate. Cruises along. bolts that held the seats in or anything in the back were rusted. All the bolts came out like nothing. They all went back in perfect. Like I said, I give props to the original owner. He was a smart guy for sealing this thing up underneath. That's where the death of the Land Cruiser comes from, is from underneath, and it just rots the whole thing out. There's so many of them out there that are rusted out. This thing just drives along nice. Probably needs a clutch too. It feels like it's a little bit weak, but that's okay. It even smells like the Land Cruiser I used to have inside. They all have that unique smell. I'm sure Ryan loves this. Every noise this thing makes just reminds me of my dad. He would take me and my two brothers on all these trips. I mean, we took that beige Land Cruiser in '72 that my dad bought. We bought it brand new. We took that Land Cruiser as far as north as the Canadian border, as far east as Colorado, every state, Utah, Idaho, Oregon, Washington, California, Arizona, Mexico, Nevada, all of them. We were kids, little kids. We'd sleep in the back of this thing, my brothers and I. So when I drive it, all I feel are those memories. It's just a cool part of our family. I wish I still had my beige one, but I don't. So this is the closest thing I could get. The beige one my dad bought had about 400, 500 miles on it when he bought it, and it had a bent up front bumper. He was looking for a CJ5, but he saw that beige Land Cruiser sitting in the parking lot of a photo shop in Lomita, California. And he walked in and talked to the owner who owned that photo shop. The owner says he bought it in San Francisco and drove it down the coast. my dad, it's not for me. So my dad bought that Land Cruiser off of him, 450 miles. My dad drove it over 100,000 miles, gave it to me, and I drove it another 100,000 miles. And then I did the dumbest thing ever, and I put a V8 in it. And a lot of other mods. It looked original, but the V8 was in it. And it drove cool, I liked it. When I was young, that's what I wanted, so I did it. But I wouldn't do it again, knowing what I know now. People say that they're much better with a V8 in it. Sure, they're a lot more powerful, a lot lighter. Take them on the freeway. For me, I'm more of a stock type of person with any car, really. So I would just prefer them stock. Drive, the video. Thanks for checking it out.